enough. Ah! Defeated, Xanthir drops to his knees. A few drawn-out seconds, all you can hear is the rustling of locusts shifting under his robe. The sound suddenly morphing into rasping, unnatural laughter. Who had have predicted that a Vandal, my enemy and the enemy of my masters, would be the one to rid me of my excruciating servitude? You are unforeseen, unknown quantity that has solved the impossible equation. Such an elegantly simple solution to all my problems. The eerie laughter dies away as quickly as it came. Xanthir lifts his head, looks out at you from his locust-swarmed face. You have earned a reward. I know why you are here and what you seek. You destroyed my laboratory, stood in the way of science, and halted my demon transformation experiments. What was that? But I doubt you know the source of the Nahirian's crystals necessary for the process. I will show you the path to the truth, Vandal. But first, I must answer 2 of my questions. Yeah, so sure I don't have that information already. Doubting my intellect is a foolish move. You already knew the truth, you would have directed your efforts to destroying my supply routes, not breaking into my laboratory. But do you think I'll believe you? Because it's the logical thing to do. What motive do I have for concealing information that you will inevitably learn from the notes scattered around my laboratory? Xanthir falls silent for a moment. Furthermore, I would very much like to see your face as the enlightenment dawns. So, ask your questions. Name the location of my laboratory before I was forced to relocate to the inhospitable Ivory Sanctum. Ahem. Yeah, the voice is a bit texting. Dresden. Correct. Do you know that, or did you simply guess? It's of no consequence either way. And now, answer me this. Why was my laboratory located there specifically? Why was Dresden chosen for my residence in the Worldwound? That's where the Nahirian crystals were being sent, I guess. Huh? Oh, that sweet memory of insight. The moment when the final layers shrouding the mystery suddenly fall away. Locusts beneath Xanthir's hood chirrup derisively. I would have acquiring and continue to acquire Nahirian crystals from the rift in the Midnight Fane. A shrine located deep below Dresden. The entrance to it's located right in the heart of the city. It is sealed by a barrier created by Regill herself, later disguised with the symbol of your own precious Iomedae. Oh! You remember that big place where we fought the Valar? I think there, right in front of the citadel. Xanthir steels himself and slowly stands. What's it like to realize that the enemy has all this time been concealed in the bowels of your very own fortress? Don't bother answering. It was a rhetorical question. Now, let's finish this, Vandal. End my existence and free me from the burden of carrying out the orders of idiotic masters and offending my eyes with the sight of the feckless followers. Midnight Fane. What is it? And how have the demons managed to hide it from me? Your naivety is worth lingering in this world. A surprising, incomprehensible phenomenon. I regret that I will not be able to study it under the laboratory conditions. Shivering laughter emerges from beneath Xanthir's hood. Deep below Dresden, where the power of the Sword of Valor cannot reach, is a place where the abyss and the material plane meet. It is where Lady Aurilu opened one of her rifts, creating a direct route to the abyss. That is where the Nahirian crystals are coming from. The rifts lead to... I suppose I don't want to spoil the surprise, Vandal. You do so love surprises, after all. Why didn't the demons attack Resin from the inside, given that they had access? Such an attack will reveal the secret of the Midnight Fane to Crusaders. It has no right to fail. Unfortunately, he impressed Resin so much during the Battle of Dresden that he lost all courage. I'm sure you will meet him again in the Fane, aggrandizing himself at the expense of whoever happens to be around. What a laughing stock. However, sooner or later he will certainly try to attack Resin from the inside. He's more afraid of Deskari than you. What exactly are Nahindrian crystals? I mean, our guess so far is it's Demon Lord blood. Special keys that can, with the proper handling and after a tedious ritual, awaken mythic powers in a demon. The process was discovered and developed by the great Erido Vorlish, my mentor. He calls it transformation. Those have undergone it are called mythic demons, for their powers truly deserve to be glorified in myth. Are you that eager to die? Why should I even answer your questions? Why stave off my final transition into blissful oblivion? Xanthir cocks his head to one side. I will answer you, but only out of my own curiosity. I want to see what intrigues a lowly creature such as yourself. Have you seen my underlings, my so-called students? What, I ask you, can they hope to learn from me? Buffoons. That's what they are. A pathetic parody of scholarly devotion. They hear my words, but they do not understand them. Mindless fanatics and cultists. Idiots besieging me with their endless questions. Killing them is pointless. I cannot banish them or use them as test subjects, because as soon as one dies, two more sprout in their place. And his voice is drowned out by the locust's furious churring. The demons I am forced to work with, they are unable to fulfill even the simplest of instructions, and their tiny minds can't think about how to chew one another to pieces. Darazant, Minago, Jerebuff. They all started plotting against me as soon as I took up my post. I might work under these conditions. I am surrounded by utter morons. My only ambition has been to study the sciences, to discover secret truths, but instead I've been obliged to manage a herd of brainless animals. Oh boo-hoo, so hard to be a demon, servant. I found myself at a dead end. I cannot abandon everything and leave. I will only be exchanging life in this unbearable place for life, among nameless ruins, constantly aware that my former masters could find me and exact retribution. I could hardly continue my work without my laboratory. Xanthir grows quiet for a moment. You have given me a way out, Vendel. A place where only peace awaits me, where I will have no students or masters. Death, I'm tired. You rail against your allies and stupid students, but you're the one who chooses to work with them, aren't you? Why? Are there really so few forces in the world you could have aligned yourself with? Balderdash. Although there is a modicum of logic in your analysis, narcissistic mania for self-aggrandizement achieved by placing myself in a milieu doomed to failure. Perhaps there's even a subconscious desire to be in constant tension. If I were planning to continue my existence, I would add this idea to the list of interesting topics for rumination. Who exactly are you, Xanthir Vang? Xanthir makes a sound that is not unlike a sigh. I am a higher being. I surpassed my mortal shell, discarded it, transformed myself like a larvae becoming a locust. My loyal service to the dark arts has not gone unrewarded. Lords Baphomet and Deskari both gave me their consideration. I earned respect on this side of the Worldwound. The only person whose respect I have not won is my Wenter, Arilu Warlish. That is all that is permissible for you to know. This haha is really weird. What exactly can you tell me about Jerebuff? Troublesome Nat, who thinks herself the queen of this dung heap. She hates me for usurping her in the sanctum. but she doesn't dare go against the orders of Baphomet and his daughter Hafsamira. Darabeth is a known quantity, and a knowledgeable one at that. It would be evil to tell about the mark. Interesting. What's it like being a swarm? It is impossible to explain to someone who has not made the same exalted journey. Endless bliss, endless splendor, endless solitude. Among the lower creatures, there's no one who can understand me now. Ah. What do you know about Rilu Vorlish? She is my mentor, although she has never given me the slightest recognition. It was she who invented the method of transforming demons using the Herian crystals. Admiration, envy, and hurt all vie for dominance in Xanthir's voice. She's the best of all humans and demons, a true scientist, pioneer, architect of the world wound. It is ironic that both of the Abyss's finest scientific minds were mortals once, isn't it? I want to know more. How do you achieve the state? Bidding. I won't be telling you anything. I did not spend years conducting research, carrying out experiments and studying forbidden text, just to give it all away to some vendor. The sacrifices I made, the impossible truths my mind has had to encompass, Deskari's philosophy, Baphomet's sophistry, Areshkagel's riddles, the nebulous ravings of lesser-known demons such as Isyaguna. You have possibly never heard these names before. It's enough that you have managed to get your hands on my notes. They say there's no king's road to knowledge, but for Vandals, there isn't so much as the dirt track. If you want to achieve what I have, then follow the path I had to take, every single step. Do not ask him about this. There are paths of which it's not best to know. What this man has done is more frightening than anything I've seen, than anything I've done to others. I beg you, not look into how Xanthir Vang fell. This knowledge is a danger to your soul. I put an end to your existence, once and for all. Farewell, Wandel. Well, thank you if I hated you any less than my master. My Baphomet and Deskari burn, and maybe you burn with them. I think since we didn't actively use the mark, we got away the locust. Let's see what he got. Small key. A headband of vast intelligence +6. Scrolls and an Au Grimoire, which grants additional spell scrolls. Nice. And spell slots. That's the word. A truly fascinating villain, I gotta say. And I think that's how you could go for the form that walks mythic path. Why you do this? Magic sarcophagus with a tight-fitting lid. A locust creature can sleep inside it unafraid that swarm will disperse.
This is my kind of work.
Some loot. More loot. Guess his notes. More of his notes. I guess with that you could maybe try to research the path. I don't know if we can still do that, cause we didn't go that way with the Veskava Queen. Ah, we are now inside again. See and meet Jerebath. Maybe let's heal up before. You know, just a good measure. Especially if we want to backstab Jerebath. Cultist. And there she is. You discover Jerebath engrossed in a task. She's holding a locust between two delicate clawed fingers. One of the locusts that previously compromised Xanthir Vang. You watch as she slowly pushes a needle into its body. Demon observes the locust convulsions with fascination. This will require a lot of work. A lot of work to preserve this beauty. See? Using another living being in one way or another. That is the highest form of compassion possible for us demons. To coexist with others we like and to take pleasure in it is simply beyond our capabilities. You did as you promised, Crusader, but you do know that making deals with demons is a losing game, yes? Lucky for you, I enjoy playing mortals so much that I will keep up the act and fulfill my part of the bargain. Ask me a question, I will answer. Now, if we had chosen the demonic path, we could surrender to our inner demon. And I guess kill her. He asked me a question, so I think we might have just one. Don't know how much he knows about the Nehirian crystals. So let's go for that. What do you know about Aurilu Vorlesh? The head is filled with harsh rattling sound. Seems that Zarubif is angry. Aurilu Vorlesh! 100 years ago she was a human, a common eldritch sorceress from Sarkorian. But Sarkorian did not care for arcane magic users. Druids, shamans and priests ruled those lands. They despised anyone who wielded magic in ways different to their own. Mages held in greatest suspicion saw out their days in prison, known as Threshold. That is where Aurilu was held. From her cell she appealed to Lord Deskari, and for some reason he saw something in that pathetic mortal plaything that was worthy of his attention. No one knows what they spoke of, what they did. Aurilu emerged from her prison cell utterly changed. She emerged when the earth all around was fracturing, and all Golarion shuddered from the wound inflicted on it. Right there, within the walls of Threshold, the Worldwound began to break open. That's where it all began. Aurilu changed her very nature. She turned herself into a half-fiend, on her own, or with the Lord's help, I don't know. Her powers grew exponentially, and many of Deskari's generals surging through the wound into Golarion saw her as a queen. Gutless losers. Aurilu was entirely unaffected by her fame. It was as if nothing could provoke her. Not the hatred of her former people, not the fear and envy of the demons. This is how she is, this day. She roams between the planes alone, pursuing her own needs. Aurilu Vorlesh, betrayer of humanity, architect of everything you see around you. I promised to answer your question, and I did. Now the only thing standing between me and control of the Ivory Sanctum is you. Oh hey, we don't have to decide to kill her. We do it anyway. Why can't I cast spells? Am I mute? I'm shaken. Ah, I'm polymorphed. I didn't notice.
Time to share your treasures!
Prepare yourself!
Endure this! Eternal Rose, I call upon you!
Okay. Can I can make music as a dog. How fun. Okay. Go for sneak attack. And, aha. Okay. How could I once again cure the polymorph thing? Is it just a spell magic? Target. Apparently not. Difficulty 29 with a modifier of plus 12. He's quite harsh. Also fatigue, nausea. That doesn't help, unfortunately. This created a spell magic. The problem probably is that it's quite powerful magic. Nope.
You call?
Something wrong.
Thing is, it's permanent. Ah, remove curse.
Ask nicely.
And let's try remove curse, even though I'm afraid that the DC probably is the same. Remove curse. But hey, it's just 26. Do I have a scroll of remove curse? Can I do it again? I don't want to walk around in that form. Scroll of resist. Remove disease. Use. No, I don't think so. Okay, then let's just go and prepare way more remove curses. Curse. Light. Go. And you know what? I'll just gonna rest so we can do it again. It's also funny that Jerebuff told us the truth, apparently, and then tried to kill us. I get it, but how could anyone get involved with a half cat, half spider abomination who hates everybody? Or did you think you were special? Oh, Woljif. Wenwag wasn't always like that. Well, she pretended not to be. You should already know this. Some people are capable of doing anything to survive. Alright. Oh, apparently resting also helped. Thank the Lord. Let's do Jerebuff.
Beautiful.
That was easy. Okay. Yeah, I think what's left to do is way more looking around. I mean, we have a third of the Ivory Sanctum left, I guess.